Welcome back to Crypto Front. This is the front line where we are fighting together side by side for financial freedom. Let's go ahead once again and take a look at Telcoin. We can see that today we are up 8-9%, somewhere in that zone. I think it's still something that is very much good. We want to take a look at the long-term price targets that we have right there, because this chart is actually looking very good. We have seen just like this a lot in the past, right? So I've gathered a few examples that I want to show you. My general thesis is that we are in a period where we are just waiting for something like this to happen. As you can see, these things, they don't take really long, and you're also going to see the same thing with the other examples that I'm going to give you, that we're talking about 2 months, 3 months at most, right? So this is something that really has me excited, and looking at this setup here, I can't just help but salivate looking at the potential gains that can come from this whole thing. We will also talk about this short-term price section right there. That we have got a trade that is up 200% at this point. Before we get into all this stuff, I want to kindly ask you to help me spread the video just by delicately tapping the like button. It really helps the YouTube algorithm, and people looking for Telcoin updates will now be able to find this video much more easily. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe, because I do TA on Telcoin and a number of other different altcoins on a regular basis. Let me not run my mouth too much, and let's go ahead and start here with the long term that I was just mentioning. That look, even if we take a look at the previous cycle here in like between 2018 and 2021, we are seeing pretty much the same exact price section here. Now in the moment, these things can feel very much different, but if you just take a step back and try to see what has happened, you see that the market is doing pretty much exactly what it has done before. I mean, even take a look at this kind of consolidation here. We can literally say that this is almost the same thing that is happening right here too. One other thing that I've been doing is to take a look at what has been happening like on bigger time frames, right? For example, the 1 monthly time frame, and take a look at indicators and try to see, what do we have pretty much the same conditions that we were having when we had a fantastic run back in 2021. Don't worry about it. I'll show you plenty of examples even from different charts, and you can have a nice idea of what we are doing right there. I'll quote the price targets too, but you can see here that the volume started building right there. The RSI on the other side was just cracking above that 70 mark right there. Then you can also see even the MACD was really showing momentum down here. So these are the kind of things that we are looking forward to. In terms of the volume, we can see that there is some volume that is building right there. Then the MACD, I think that is a box that we can check. Momentum is right there. The only thing missing here probably is the RSI on the monthly time frame to crack above that 70 mark. That will be the ultimate confirmation for the bears. But what you also notice is that if you now take a look at the market cap instead of the price section, you see that that condition here of the RSI is satisfied on the market cap. We are trending above 70 at this point. We are above 71 or something like that. That's still great. So we have ticked all the boxes here. We have the conditions necessary for a bull run, just like what we have had in 2021. But maybe this is not enough, right, of a argument. Let's go ahead and take a look at other market participants and try to see, have they also done something like this before, right? Is it something that we're just making in our heads? But let's go ahead and take a look at Cardano here. You can see Cardano between 2017 and the amazing bull run that it had back in 2021 also had the same structure that we're seeing here with Telcoin. Let me just take this maybe to the daily time frame once again, and you'll realize that it's wins and repeat. That's the term that I can use for this kind of thing. So take a look at this whole structure. You crash very sharply here, then of course you just have into a rally before the whole thing capitulates, flattens out, and then you're looking to recuperate yourself once again, heading into a new all-time high and stuff like that. That's also what you see here with Cardano. Pretty much the same thing. Very sharp corrective waves here, then of course rally prior to the whole thing flattening out, then of course the great bull run, right? So we're not only looking at Cardano here, we can also take a look at maybe an example like Dogecoin here. This is Dogecoin back in 2018. I also picked examples which are like in different time frames, because I don't want to be looking at altcoins in the same time frame, because they behave like the same, to be honest with you. In any case, these are also very different from each other, very different time frames. As I mentioned earlier on, this is Dogecoin. You see the sharp corrective wave right there. This rally before the whole thing flattens out, and then of course it starts running towards the upside. This was a fantastic one. Also pay attention to the other conditions that we have been talking about, right? Look at how the volume starts building right here. And how long does this rally take, right? It's really a matter of like 77 days. This is what, maybe 2, at most 3 months, right? So this is why I'm saying that we're very close to where we want to get with Telcoin, and I think it's now or never, to be honest with you. So anyways, that's the condition here with the volume. But if you also take a look at things like the RSI on the monthly time frame, for example, you also see that we had pretty much the same things right there. Take a look at this. The RSI just cracked above 70, and correspondingly you were seeing also the price doing pretty much the same thing right there. In the MACD, I would have also taken a look at it, but I didn't take a look at it. Let's take a look at it together. You can also see, that was the same case. You have to have momentum right there. That's good, no problem. Then there's also the example of Ethereum Classic, which again, you see the same thing, right? You have a crash right there and then you just flatten out. Then of course, you're running towards the upside. I mean, take a look at how fast this bull runs happen. If my analysis on Telcoin is actually correct, within the next 2-3 months at most, we should be seeing the top come in. It's really unbelievable. But the truth of the matter is that we have the perfect conditions for something like that to happen. Even with all the examples that I've shown you, maybe we can go to Ethereum Classic and show you the underlying conditions why they, which we're looking at on a monthly time frame. And you can see also here that the RSI was pushing above that 70 mark. And then of course, we're also taking a look at the MACD here. It's looking very good in terms of momentum. Then of course, the volume right there, right? So these are the things that you look forward to, and it's looking quite safe here for Telcoin because those things are there. I mean, barring something super crazy happening in this market, I think we're in safe hands. But now the question becomes like, okay, how high can we expect the Telcoin price to go, right? I've always been a big fan of using Fibonacci retracement levels, and I'll show you how I'm going to justify my price target here according to the previous other examples that I've shown you, right? Then show you something that I would say this was an underperformance from Telcoin, and that would be in a situation where this bull run really doesn't expand into what we would have anticipated, or maybe deviating a little bit from previous cycles. So using Fibonacci retracement tools, if we grab one from the very top of the structure right there until the very bottom here, I would say that the usual suspects are, number one, the 0.61 Fibonacci retracement level. Now, I didn't catch that nice and easy. I'm very sure that I missed the bottom right there. But I would say that the price here, the next big level that is going to test is right around 4 cents, right? So 4 cents, 5 cents is an area of interest for Telcoin. In my opinion, should it manage to break above this level here, we are looking at the 1.618 Fibonacci extension level. This is the golden ratio. And as you see with the examples that I'll give one more time, almost every chart really goes to this level here. That's why probably it's called the golden ratio. I don't know, but this is something that is very, very common in this market to touch the 0.6, I mean the 1.618 Fibonacci retracement level. So that will be right around 11 cents for Telcoin. These are two price targets that I have at this point. I would say lastly, in the best case scenario, I would anticipate this whole thing to clear the 0.618, the 1.618, as well as the other retracement levels right there until it gets to the 4.236 Fibonacci extension level. That will be right around 27 cents for Telcoin. This will be a very good bull run for Telcoin. We need catalysts for things like this, maybe a Coinbase listing, a Binance listing, or things like those, because that will be really a nice one in terms of justifying those price targets. I mean, take a look at the Cardano run that we were referencing. That was like from the very top right there until the bottom. You saw what happened. Again, it kind of stopped right around the 1.61 Fibonacci extension level. That will be right around what I would say, right around 10 cents, right? And that will probably be one of the maximum. Cardano exceeded that one, obviously, but we want to be on the safe side, right? And take the guaranteed price target, obviously, right? I mean, if we take a look at Ethereum Classic, let me go back to the daily time frame once again so that I catch the top and the bottom nice and easy. But what we are seeing here with Ethereum Classic is that from the very top right there until the bottom, we were looking at full Fibonacci extension level. Look at that, right? 4.236 Fibonacci extension level. This is where 2.7 cents would come from. 27 cents, I should be saying, for Telcoin is where it would come from. But you can see this is a very great performance from the price chart, right? Then again, we're also taking a look at the Dogecoin price chart as, one of the examples right there. Let me go back maybe to the weekly time frame. And you can see that once we grab our Fibonacci retracement tools from the top of the structure, bear with me guys, I really didn't prepare this enough, but let's see from the very top right there until the bottom, you are looking at this price chart. Now it stopped right around the 1.61 Fibonacci extension level. This is where I was saying again, it's 10-11 cents for Telcoin, but you did go all the way up here. We are looking at 27 cents. So I mean, the Dogecoin price exceeded that. The Ethereum Classic chart got close to that. The Cardano chart really didn't exceed that. So I would say that a very logical price target is somewhere around 11 cents. The price most likely will exceed that. But, I just want to be on the safe side to be a little bit much more conservative. I think 10 cents is good. My best one will be somewhere around 27 cents. I really am curious to know what you think about this and what your price targets are. But there is one scenario which I was saying that maybe, just maybe, we have an underperformance right across the board. And really, this has nothing to do with Telcoin. It just has to do with liquidity in the market. And this is Neocoin, right? You can see that it had the same structure, just like we were seeing with the Telcoins, the Dogecoins, the Ethereum, the Cardanos and stuff like that. But it did not get into a new all-time high. It just got stuck here. that will be an underperformance. We're only looking at something like 4 or 5 cents here for Telcoin. But I believe that, I don't know if this is even biased. I think that we're going to be going towards 11 cents and then at best something like 27 cents. The other one here, 4 cents, I don't think is very much possible. The community is strong, and what you want to bet on in bull cycles is a community, to be honest with you. Now, let's talk a little bit much more about the short-term price section here, because I know that some people may be interested in trades and stuff like that. But in any case, this is what we are seeing here on the 4-hourly time frame. Let me go to the daily time frame once again and show you that we have been in a range up until, 3 days ago. What I've said time and again is that I expect that at some point this range gets tested. What is that level? This is right around 0.008 for Telcoin, and I know that some people didn't want to hear that, because from where we're peaking until that level, this is something like a 40% drop. Yeah, nobody wants to hear that. But the honest truth is that the nature of the market is like that, right? Very much volatile. We pump hard towards the upside, we drop very hard also. So we can see this symmetrical triangle which broke towards the downside. It hit the price target. Okay, no problem. Now I would say that the price is going to try to do something like an ABC correction here. Let me just go ahead and show you how I expect these things to do. So from the very top of the structure right there until the bottom, I would say that we've already gotten a rejection right around 11.7 cents, and that was pretty much it in my humble opinion. What I now expect for this thing to do is to pull back once again. So this is wave A, wave B, and then we're looking for the C leg towards the downside once again. Now this is likely going to be coming back to that level where I was saying, like right around $0.008 here for Telcoin. But this should be disheartening to anybody, just as we have been discussing with the example of OM coin that we have been giving in each and every single update that I've made, that yeah, this back test is just a buying opportunity, because long term we have seen the structure, right? We have everything that we need for the bull cycle. So here, if the price is getting lower, I think this is just an opportunity for somebody to purchase, right? And then of course ride the next wave towards the upside. So long term we're still very much bullish. Immediate short term though, yeah, we can have a pullback, just as we're seeing that big rejection. But I believe that yeah, the level just has to be back tested, because it even stretches as far back as 2021. Here you can see that yeah, it was almost the same level. So that was the logical thing to do. If it doesn't happen, then totally I was wrong, right? In the case that I'm wrong, the price would have to close a daily candle above something like 11, maybe we can say 12 cents, right? If it closes a daily candle higher than 12 cents, then this ABC correction is invalidated totally. I'll be updating you on this more in future videos, and I want to thank you so much for watching the video. If you could please delicately tap the like button, share the video with your friends and family, and then I would hope to see you on the next one. Take really good care of yourselves. Bye bye.